Poets, many of you are starting to ask the question, what should I write about now? What's a great topic for my poem now? Some of you are tiring of the shells and rocks and flowers you've had in your cups. That's understandable. So today we're going to talk about where you can find topics. I'm going to give you 3 ideas about where you can find some poetry topics, and we'll see if one of those ideas appeals to you. The first place that you can find a topic is in here. This is your Tiny Topics notebook. Your teacher will be giving you a small notebook or perhaps an envelope filled with paper. Regardless, they serve the same purpose. They're a place to collect ideas, a place to collect observations, a place to collect quotes, a place to collect other things you might hear people say. Those collections, the ideas you gather in here, can become topics for your poems. For example, this past weekend, I wrote down a few topics in my Tiny Topics notebook. And again, these are just little jottings. They're not full sentences, and they're certainly not full stories or full poems. I wrote down things that were happening in my life. My daughter, Katie, is moving again. I'm super excited about a trip I'm taking with my sister. I ate pizza this past weekend and enjoyed every bite of it because I hadn't had pizza for a month. I wrote down, I watched my dog Gracie eat her dog food and noticed she chewed really funny. And I wrote down that I saw a flower grow through a crack on the playground this week when I had recess duty. Maybe I'll turn one of these tiny topics into a poem. Maybe I won't. But these are just ideas that I can go back to. A second place that you can find ideas is in your bedroom. If you look at the toys, the trinkets, the treasures you have laying around your bedroom, you might find an idea for a poem. For example, Zoe brought in this rock, and this rock is a treasure to Zoe, not because it's purple and looks like it has lava in the middle. It's a treasure because it's a souvenir from a vacation she took with her parents. Clay brought in some of his ninja friends. These ninja friends are one of Clay's favorite toys, but they also represent a bigger feeling. When Clay goes off and plays with his ninja friends, he has a feeling of peace because he doesn't have to put up with his brother and sister. So a second place that you might be able to find a topic is in the toys, treasures, and trinkets that are in your room. A third place where you might find a poetry topic is in the writing you've previously done, specifically in your small moment writing that we did at the beginning of the year. Many writers write about things that are very important to them in their small moments. And then you can take that idea, that very same idea, and turn it into a poem. You may have noticed on the slide deck that Jane Yolen did that. When we read her story, Owl Moon, she took that story, that important event in her family's life, and also turned it into her poem. So if you wrote a small moment about learning how to ride your bike, or having a special birthday party, or visiting grandma and grandpa, you could take that idea and just turn it into a poem. Those are 3 places you could look. In your notebook that you'll start writing in today, in your room where your treasures, trinkets, and toys are, or you can go back and look in Seesaw at the small moment writing you did at the beginning of the year. We're going to talk more next time about how you decide which topic is the best one about which to write. Today, however, I just want you to work on collecting ideas. Today is a collecting day. I want you to think about the objects, the memories, the images or pictures in your brain that could possibly be a topic, and jot those down, not with a lot of words, just a few words, in your notebook. Let's get collecting, poets.